Good morning, everyone. So today we'll start with the fifth chapter. So let's see the syllabus of the same. I hope the syllabus copy is visible. So your fourth chapter is on IoT platform design. Okay. So any idea what is IoT platform design methodology? One subject you had studied fully on this. Any idea? Yes. Which subject was that? Where you studied different design methodology? Do you remember last semester only you had studied one chapter on design methodology? Which is that chapter? Which is that subject? Can anyone tell? Your favorite subject it was? Yes. In SE you had studied no? Yes or no? In SE you had studied different methodologies. Okay, and that is to this what is that to build a system. You have to do some design. Okay, for this methodology you started with something called a requirement specification, process specification, then finally you'd develop, and then what you do is you do testing, then you would deploy. Yes or no? So same thing they're telling for IoT platform, that is for IoT application, how to design. So that's what we'll be learning in this chapter. So it starts with purpose and requirement specification. Okay, you know what they do. What they do in purpose and requirement specification? Yes, what they do. What they do in requirement specification. Yeah, they will meet.
Data
Yeah, what is the feature of the software? They will go speak to the customer. Okay, they'll interview the customer and ask what is the requirement, what are the features of the project. Then you will do process specification. Then you will draw some models to understand more about the project. So domain model will come. Domain means what? Yes, what is domain? Domain means environment where the software is deployed. For example, if you are designing the software for college, okay, college will become domain. If you are designing the system for some other purpose, okay, like bank will become domain. Then after that, information model, what all data needs to be collected, what all information has to be collected, that is decided. Then comes service specification, then IoT level specification. You remember IoT level? How many were there? How many were there IoT level?
6.
Yeah,
six.
six levels were there. No, in that which to that is which to use. That is decided in IoT level specification. Then comes functional view. Based on functionality, okay, different specification is written. Then based on operational view, specification is written. Then we integrate. Why we integrate? Device and component. Bigger software will be there. Okay. So what we will do for the bigger software? Yes, we will divide it. Okay, we will divide it in the small pieces. Okay, and then develop. And finally, when we want to a bigger project, we will integrate it. We'll start joining it. That is nothing but device and component integration. In purely software, only software modules integration will come. Here, what will happen? Device hardware also is there in IoT. So device and component integration will come. And the last thing is to develop the application. So on these all methods only this full chapter revolves. Okay, in detail, like it like how what you did in SC. So how is the model here? Well, you studied about waterfall model, this and different models. So for a IoT application, which how is the design methodology, that we'll be studying in this chapter. Okay. We'll start with today's topic. That is, we'll say which are the different stages in a IoT design methodology, and also first methodology we'll be seeing in the detail. Then we will continue in the next class. So chapter name is it is IoT platform design methodology. So different steps are there. So let's see. So after studying this chapter, you should be able to interpret different IoT platform design methodology. So that is the course's outcome. So these are the different steps involved. Okay. To in IoT system design methodology, these are the steps. So first one is purpose and specification. Second is process model specification. Third is domain model specification. Fourth, information model specification. Fifth, service specification. Sixth, IoT level specification. Seventh, functional view specification. Eighth, operational view specification. Ninth, integration, that is device and this, what is it, component. And last one is application development. Okay, so these are there. How many are there? Stage. Yes. So in this 10 steps are there. Okay. So they might ask you questions individually or based on each. Okay. So what is the first step? This purpose and requirement we will see in detail today. Okay. It will define the purpose and requirement of a IoT system. Next one is it defines the use cases. What do you mean by use cases? Yes, process model specification develops the use case. That is, it will tell you which are the different users of the system and which are the different functionality. Third one, domain model specification. What is domain? That is the actual environment for which you are developing the software. If you are developing a software for college, admission software, college is a domain. Okay. Again, it is for GPT, GPT is a domain. Again, if you are developing for hospital, hospital is domain. So to know more about, see, we know only to develop the software, but we will be developing the software for hospitals, colleges, etc. Yes or no? So we should know domain knowledge also. Okay. So for that, we define physical entities. You know entities, right? In database you have seen. Physical, virtual. Physical means which are existing actually. Virtual means imaginary, like software entities, devices, resources, services. These all you define in domain models specification. That is physical entity, virtual entity, devices, resources and services. Whereas in process model only we will define the use case. And first thing, purpose and requirements of the IoT. Then comes fourth one, information model specification. Here what we'll do, we will define the structure. We will define relation and attributes. You know what are relations and attributes, right? No. So you had studied what is relation, what is attribute in database. Attribute is property of a particular thing. Relation is what? It is a entire one entity. Next, service specification. What we do in service specification is we will map information model to services. Here we have got some entities, attributes that we will try to model in service. Each of this we will see in detail. Just know what each will do. Then after service model, we have to tell which IoT level you will use. 1, 2, 3. Which for your application, which level of IoT is proper. So that you will do in IoT level specification. Then after deciding which IoT level, you have to map IoT level to functional level. Okay. That is functional map IoT level to functional groups. And next, we will have operational view specification. What it will do, define communication option, service, hosting option, storage option, device option. So in operational view, what we'll do, how is the communication option, how you will host, which server you use, which storage you use, all are decided in an operational view. Then we try to integrate, okay, maybe you have some software developed, okay, some components, some devices, some sensors, all those things you have to integrate. And after that, you will develop the application for this, for our IoT system. All this hardware you have integrated, okay, some software also. Again, on that, for user to use it, you will develop a software. So these are the 10 steps involved in IoT design methodology. First is know what is the purpose, okay, what know the requirement of IoT device, then define the use case. That is done in process or model specification. Third, domain model specification, okay. So define the physical entities, virtual entities, okay, resources, services, all those. Then information model. Then in that you will see relationship, relations and attributes. Then comes service specification, okay. So and then after mapping the information into service comes the IoT level specification, wherein you will decide which level of IoT we have to use for this system. Then map that IoT level into functionalities. Then decide the operational things you require: communication, hosting, server, storage. Then integrate all those things and then develop the application. Any doubts you have? Yes? Any doubt? This only in each chapter you will be, sorry, in each session you will be studying each of this step in detail. Okay. So today we will see what is this purpose and requirement. Okay. So step one, all we'll see in brief, and in detail we will see only this. Okay. So what does this purpose and requirement specification do? Speaking with the customer, you have to understand how is the behavior of the system, data requirement and data analysis requirement, how is the system management requirement, security requirement and user interface requirement. That is, system management requirement means how to, that is how, what is the requirement, how to manage the system, okay. Centralized management or distributed management, all those. Then how you are supplying the security, okay. So what is the security requirement? Based on these requirement only your softwares are built. Assume you're having a small company, okay. One second, huh? No problem. Okay, assume you have a small company. That time what will happen? Yes, we don't have much money to spend on the software. That time what we will do? Security, we will not ask for encryption and all. Maybe you will ask max username and password. That much security is enough for you. Okay. Whereas what will happen if one second. So what will happen if your this data is very secure, like it is for army or something? That time security will become very important. That is, you can spend any amount on security. You can use encryption algorithm, all those things. Okay. So this is very important. Purpose and requirement. First, identify what the system should do and how it should be managed. How should be the security requirement, and also how user interface requirements are this should be, okay. How the user interface should be, it is should be an app based or web based, or how easy this, how the user is, he want very easy interface, okay. So all those things are decided in step 1. Second is process model specification. In this, what we are describing only use case, okay. We are describing only the use case in second thing. Third is domain model specification. We are trying to know actual domain, okay. So what is there in this? You will domain is actual place where the software is installed. So in this we will have what? Entities and their attributes. We should identify which are the different entities in your project and their attributes and their relationship, object and relationship between various objects. So after this we will map it into information model specification. Here earlier you identified only the attributes, entities and attributes. Yes or no? Now what we will do is we will find out the structure of all the information, that is attributes of virtual entities, relation, okay? But it will not specify, it will only give the structure, okay, how it should be. It will not specify, okay, how the information is stored, okay? How the information is stored, that is taken care by this internal while they are executing this developing the program. Here they'll just give a structure like a design. Then comes the service specification, okay? So what they do in service specification is, one second. So what they do in service specification is define service types, service input output, service endpoint, that is service precondition. All this will study in your coming section. Just remember it defines some service types. Then this is step 6, at least you know only. You have to decide which IoT level you want. Okay, 6 levels you have studied. In this you have to select one. Okay, so based on the complexity of your IoT system, then map this into functionalities. Okay, you have to define the different functionalities based on this, which are the different functionalities you require in your IoT system. Then comes operational view specification. So here what you will do, you will see this, which hardware you want, which which storage device you want, which server you want, all those. Okay, various, you have to decide where you will be having various options for installation and operation, where you will deploy. For deployment, okay, you will be having the various option. What is deployment? Is where you install your this system. Various options you will be having, which hosting option, okay, where different places are there, you can host your application, okay, storage option, device option, application hosting option, all this you have to decide in operational view. Then comes device and component integration. Here what you will do, you will integrate the device and component used in building IoT system. So all the things, they are separate. No, you have to integrate, that is you have to make them work together, okay, so that there will be they will work as one system instead of independent component. Then comes application development. So for your whichever, based on your application IoT system, appropriate IoT application with proper user interfaces built in the last step. So today we will see in detail the first step. What is the first step? Yes, what is the first step? It is purpose and requirement.
Purpose and
Yes. So we will take one example of home automation. Okay. So how we do? I said you right, in purpose and requirement specification, what we identify? We identify purpose, behavior, system management requirement, then security requirement, data analysis requirement, and application installation requirement. These all are done for the step 1. Okay, that is purpose and requirement specification of IoT design. Okay, so in this we'll take an example of home automation and try to write the step 1, that is purpose and requirement specification of IoT design. So what purpose means? What? Yes, purpose means what? Purpose of any system means what it actually does. So for a home automation, assume a lights are there. We will consider some lights. What will be the purpose? What the IoT system? What is the purpose of IoT system? Yes. What will be the purpose of IoT system? Yes, allow controlling of light in a home remotely using a web application. see, a different home automation system will have different purpose. Now we are seeing a easy purpose for this. What they are telling, only you should be able to allow the controlling of light in a home remotely, means wherever you are, through a web application. They don't want Android application also. Okay, they just want a web customer, just want a to control the lights of his home wherever he is through a web application. This is the purpose of your project. Okay. Then how will be the behavior? Okay, so what behavior you want? Automatically also light should on and off, or he should be given one more option to operate manually also. Okay, so in his app, two options should be there. One is he should be able to study select mode. Okay, this may be auto mode, this may be manual mode. So whichever radio button he will select, it should behave like that. Auto means that only system only will see the intensity of the light and on and off the light. Whereas in this manual mode, what will happen? Yes, in manual mode, what will happen is this, if you select this, user will have will be given option here, again button on off in app. So whichever radio button you will select, based on that light will on and off. So this is one example. Next, system management requirement. So you should provide it will be this, you should be able to manage it from remotely. That is the requirement, system managed requirement in home automation in this example. Next comes data analysis. Okay, so how the data analysis should be done? Okay, so for this, customer is telling it should be done both locally or remotely also. That is, then they will see data analysis is both on local as well as cloud. So these all requirements are from customer. So he'll tell his requirement. Based on that, company can write the requirement in detail, ask him, interview him. Okay, sometimes maybe he'll tell something, then he will deny. Then you remember SRS, software requirement specification document, yes or no? So after interviewing the customer, after understanding what customer wants, they should write it in a document, then take the sign of the this, that is your customer. Okay, and then only you can bill him how much will be the cost, you can tell based on that. Okay, next comes application installation requirement. So again, what is the requirement in this example? He's telling it should be either installed remotely or locally also. So maybe in home also I should be able to, now home automation it is, the system should be able to be installed in home also, as well as where in the wherever he is there, he should be able to use it. Then what is the security in this? See, this user is for home automation, he wants a system for home automation. He doesn't want encryption decryption, because only he's controlling lights and fans. So it is not so sensitive information that security should be encrypted or decrypted. Again, if the data is very sensitive, like bank data, your bank account data, or army data, encryption will come, again level of encryption will change. But here he want basic user authentication. What is basic user authentication? It is done by username and password. So he just want his system should be logged in by username and password. He doesn't want anything else. Okay, he doesn't want encryption, he doesn't want any high security algorithm. So this is one example in which we have done purpose and requirement specification for home automation. Okay, so in this we identified what is the purpose of the system, how it should behave. Okay, system management, how it should be done, how is the data analysis requirement. Okay, how is application installation, how it should be done, where it should be done, and how is the security requirement. So what is the requirement of the customer, we have asked. How we have identified this? We have spoken to customer, we have interviewed him, we have asked him question, we have spoke to him, and then we will write it down in one document, take his sign, so that tomorrow after development he should not tell, no, this is not what I wanted. Yes or no? So and he should be happy with what you have built. For that, this requirement specification is very important. If you don't understand requirement, you will develop the wrong application. If you develop the wrong application, what will happen? Customer will be not happy. Then simply legal battles or some other fights will start. Okay, I think any doubts here? So today what we have discussed is we saw which are the different steps in IoT platform design methodology. 10 are there. In that, in detail, we saw purpose and requirements and saw an example. Okay, on home automation, how the purpose and requirement specification is done. Okay, so we'll see some questions now. Can you tell behavior, data requirement, data analysis requirement, in which step this is carried out? First one. Yes, in which step this is carried out? First one. Yes.
Ma'am, in purpose and requirements.
Yes, purpose and specification requirement.
Ma'am, in purpose and requirement.
Yeah, it is done in the first step, purpose and requirement specification. Okay. So second one, use case of IoT system are described in which step? Second step it is, tell the name.
Second step.
Model
Process
specification.
model.
Yes, it is.
Process model.
Yes, process model specification. Okay, second one. Sorry. Then third, entities and attributes are formally described in which space? Which phase?
Domain model
Yeah,
specification.
domain model specification. Okay. Next, structure of, one second. Structure of all the information are formally described in which one?
Information model specification.
Information model specification. This is domain. Then, in which space of IoT system grouped into function group? How which this is? Yes. What is the answer for this? In which phase the IoT system grouped into various function group? In question only name is this. This functional model specification. First step in IoT system design methodology is
Function view, ma'am.
Purpose and requirement specification.
yeah, purpose and requirement specification. Last one. What is last one? It is application development. Okay. Then this one example we saw, allowing controlling of lights in a home remotely using a web application. It will come in phase 1. Under which category? Yes. Where it is defined? So many you saw, no? Purpose, behavior, yes or no? System management requirement. So this first one will come under what category?
System management requirement.
No, it is purpose. Okay.
Just a step. Then requirement specification.
First step, but in that it will come in purpose. Okay. In this we saw, no? Allowing controlling of lights in a home remotely using web application. It comes under purpose. Next, allowing deciding whether the data should be analyzed locally or remotely. In which phase of step 1 it will come?
Application installation requirement.
No, it is data analysis requirement. So you're deciding about data, not about application. Okay. So it is data analysis requirement, this last one. Any doubts you have regarding this? Today we have seen which are the different steps in IoT platform design methodology. 10 are there. In that we saw purpose and requirement specification. In this purpose and requirement specification, again 6 steps are done. Okay. Identify the purpose, identify the behavior, system management requirement, data analysis requirement, application installation requirement, security requirement. First, you should write what are these. Then, for this example, you have to write. Okay, take one example of home automation and go on explaining that. Okay, we'll see some of the questions on this. Some of the important questions on this. Let's see. So one question is there for 5 marks. Explain purpose and requirement of specification in of IoT system. You have to tell what is this purpose and requirement specification. Okay, that is, we have to interview with the customer, know what he wants in the IoT system. Then you have to write about purpose, behavior. Okay, system management requirement, data analysis requirement, information, application requirement, security requirement, all those things. 6 things you should write. Then write the example of home automation. Okay, so that is one question asked on the topic today. Okay, otherwise entire chapter 1 will come. List and briefly explain the steps involved in IoT system methodology. 10 things you should draw that diagram, and on each step you have to explain. Okay, so entire chapter briefly you should write if they ask you this question. Any doubts you have? Anything you want to ask or share? No? If no, I'll continue tomorrow. Nothing else? Okay, Rahul, you can take a snapshot. Okay, then I'll end the class. Take care. Bye.